Right, let's have a look at the exam paper itself then. Let's simulate the thought of us being in the exam. What you do at the beginning, you'd have a little look at the paper. We've got the C1 paper in front of us then, 90-minute exam, January 2011 paper. We've got our formula booklet, we've got an answer book, we've got a black pen, ballpoint pen, show our workings. We haven't got a calculator in this exam. And we know the mark distribution for the questions. We need to employ good English and orderly presentation in our work. So here's the first question then. It's a long-winded question, but doesn't look too difficult because it's just gradients and straight lines, midpoints, equation of a line again, coordinate on the x-axis and the length of a point. So that's a fairly long-winded but simple and straightforward question. But 2 is a lot quicker. Something we could get done perhaps at the beginning of it. So I would personally, because I like that shortness, I think, I'll do 2 first, get me off to a good start because it's a 1 or 2 liner. Quadratic, 2 distinct roots, so that's the discriminant, isn't it? And applying the inequality there for 2 roots. And solving that inequality, drawing a little sketch perhaps. Here's a quadratic from first principles, differentiation, standard question. So there's no surprises there. 5. This says use the binomial theorem. Now I used Pascal's triangle in the solutions, so look out for that because really and truly speaking, you should use the binomial theorem, especially as the examiner has not only told you, but he's put it in bold. I thought I could use the Pascal's triangle simply because the coefficients are those of the binomial theorem. But I would err on the side of caution if ever there's any doubt. So the binomial theorem is in the formula booklet. It's only a matter of getting it out and working out the answer there. So that would be recommended, I think, on reflection. 6, completing the square, standard method, solve the quadratic. Okay, and then division. You can do that in a couple of ways. You can do it by inspection, which is one of the ways I do it in the associated worksheet on this subject. But I've done it in these solutions by long division. Again, it's fairly simple and straightforward by long division, if not a slightly more long-winded method. Solving this equation, yeah, okay, that's standard thing for 7. So 8, curves, straight lines and tangents, fairly standard question there. Doesn't look very user-friendly though. 9, just simple curve sketching. You've got this curve. You need to sketch those 2 curves there in A and B. And then 10, on the last page, let's have a quick look at that before we would get underway. Here's an equation, stationary points, find dy dx. If you know the x-coordinate is -1, find the x-coordinate bar, nature of the stationary point, standard question. So personally, each one must adopt their own approach to an exam, but I would look for nice, short, simple questions to do first to get me off to a good start. So let's go back up to the top then. So I'd probably do question 2 and others that were just short and pithy and got me off to a good start. And then after that, I'd look for perhaps some more long-winded ones. Anytime at the end of the exam, I would generally double check. And if I double checked everything, I'd then triple check so that not a minute of this 90 minutes is wasted. Okay then guys, so that's just a little preamble, a little overview of the paper, a little few comments on the solutions that I've written for you. Hope you enjoy it and get some benefit from the paper then. And hopefully I'll catch you again in another app, live worksheet app. Cheers then.